Yo, what's going on, everybody? Timothy Howe here, coming back at you with another video. We actually got off work early today, so you know what that means: an early workout, the best workout. As you can see, it's a beautiful day outside. So today we are going to be doing a chest workout, but I'm going to be walking y'all through it. Workout is also going to be great for beginners and advanced lifters. It does not matter your skill level. So without further ado, without holding y'all up, let's go ahead and get into the gym and we'll hit our first exercise. Peace. So when it comes to getting a bigger and massive chest, you really want to emphasize the upper chest. There's a lot of different machines in here that we can take advantage of, like this and this and these. But today, we're going to be focusing on these. So when it comes to doing upper chest, this is the bread and butter, in my opinion, to developing that upper chest. The reason we are using this is because we are going to be using the dumbbells, and the dumbbells help from causing muscle imbalances. So if you were to use the bench press, you would have where it gets, especially for you beginners out there, you would be pushing, but one side would push more than the other. So a good way to combat that is to use the dumbbell versions, because both muscles will be pushing their own weight. So when it comes to doing this exercise, you want to make sure the shoulders are retracted back. There is a slight arch in your back, and then you just want to bring the dumbbells down, and you want to try to keep from flaring. But if you are comfortable with having your elbows flared out, then by all means you can do that. Me personally, I prefer a more middle ground type of angle. And you also want to have the bench at just a slight angle, maybe one up. So I could show you what that looks like here right now. So it does not need to be any higher than this angle right here. Any higher than this angle, you will actually be hitting more of your shoulders. But I like it one up. With all that said, let's just go ahead and jump right on into it, and I will show y'all exactly how to do this. And a good way to start is put the dumbbells on your knees, and then you can just simply just kick them back up to you. So just like so. Make sure you're squeezing at the top. First set done. Let's go ahead and move in to the second set. So after two sets, we'll usually drop the weight by 5 pounds and try to go for another 6 to 12 rep range. We'll try to go through that through all 4 sets. Typically, I like to shoot for failure for all my sets. Not saying you have to, it's just the way I like to work out. So yeah, we've went from the 70s down to the 65s. So now we're just going to do 2 more sets of the 6 to 12 range, or just to failure, as many as we can do with this weight. So with that said, let's jump into this third set. Last and final set. So let's just go ahead and get it done. All right, that was it for the incline press. Let's go on and move on to the next exercise. So our next exercise is going to be a flat type of pressing movement. So you got plenty of machines and benches you can use. Our first one would be this one right here, and this one here, and this one here. And these two right here. But we're gonna be doing this one right here. I know I just talked about having muscle imbalances when it comes to the barbells, but me personally, as an advanced lifter, I am past that stage. So as a beginner, you could use any of the machines that I just showed y'all. But if you do want to do the bench press and just go kind of light just to get the muscles working, then you also can do that. But my personal preference, I do prefer the flat bench barbell press. Let's throw some weight on here and let's get started on our first set. All right, so with the barbell bench press, you're really going to want to focus on arching your back a lot more than how we did it on the incline, because the incline gives you a natural kind of it gives you kind of a natural like angle to where you're going to hit upper chest. The goal isn't to just hit upper chest on here. It's just good to have an arch to really get that focus on the chest, retract the shoulders back. About you want to grab about shoulder width apart, shoulders back, act like you're just trying to pinch something in between your shoulder blades. And you also want to try to line up the bar between your eyes and your nose. So the bar should be coming just center in between both. And then we shall lift. All right, so that was a little warm-up set just to kind of show y'all the motion of it. So now let's just go ahead and jump into the working weight. Another thing I'd like to mention is, well, kind of forgot what I was going to mention. Oh, another thing I'd like to mention is when you're doing the bench press, you don't have to come down and touch your chest. You just want to try to get as close as you can as possible to push back up. So since we were not able to hit our 6 to 12 rep range with the 225. We went ahead and dropped the weight down to 205. So we'll try to rep out as many as we can.
What you doing, Vegas?
Last and final set. And then we're going to move on to the last few chest exercises. And then we'll get started on some back. So let's go ahead and jump right on in and get this done. Okay, we have made it over here to the cables. I'm not going to be showcasing all the sets for the cables, but we are going to be doing 3 sets from the 6 to 12 range. We're going to be doing the low to high to really emphasize the upper chest, and then regular flies for overall chest. And then we'll also just be throwing in a decline from high to low. So let's just go ahead and jump right into that, and then we'll move on to back. All right, so that pretty much does it for chest, y'all. Let's just go ahead, keep it short. Let's go ahead and move on to back. Finally made it to the back portion of our workout. So when it comes to back, especially on the lat pull downs, you really want to focus on contracting your lats. You almost want to imagine you're pulling through your elbows. So your elbows should, imagine there's like a string right here, and the string is being pulled, so you'll be pulling towards the ground. So you're pulling through your elbows, not your forearms and not your wrists. So you really want to focus on that strong contraction. When you're up here, drop the lats, flex them, and pull through the elbows. And I'll be doing some sets here so y'all will be able to see just how I'm doing it. So let's get it. Just a quick mention, one thing I like to do sometimes is actually take the handles, and we'll be placing them about shoulder width apart on the bar and pulling with the handles instead of the bar itself. So I'll do one set with these and then one set just with the regular bar, just so y'all can see. Okay, that first set was with the handles, so now the second set is just going to be the bar itself. Surprisingly, that one felt a lot better than with the handles. Last and final set. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. It's good. Let's move on to the next exercise. Just like with chest, back has a whole bunch of different movements you can do, a whole bunch of different machines. You got the chest supported T-bar row right here. Another movement you could do is the barbell row. This one you want to be careful with. You don't want to go too heavy because then it will start to put more emphasis on your lower back and we're trying to hit our lats. And also it could cause back issues. So with this exercise, don't go too heavy. So there's many more other movements and machines we could use for back. But today we're going to be doing the old faithful chest supported dumbbell row. Let's get it. One thing I'd like to mention, I don't know if y'all noticed, but the bench does affect the feeling of the lift. So we switched benches here from the first set. I'm gonna leave that in there just so y'all can see. This is a different type of bench that has the real, can go at the real slight, like very slight angle. This is probably more efficient in the sense of doing the chest supported dumbbell rows. So yeah, just a quick little thing I wanted to throw in there. The benches does affect the feeling of the lift because the other ones are too slanted up. So it's a bit of an awkward feeling when you're pulling up. So yeah, let's just jump into this next set. All right. Next exercise. This one is not a necessity. This is just one. If you're asking for trouble for your lats, go ahead and do this. Let's do it. All right. We are at the last and final exercise. We got the back extension. Now there's multiple movements you could do for the lower back. You could do one, you could do deadlift. The bent over rows would help. And they also got the machine where you put your quads there and you lean over and then you come back up. But I prefer to use the back extension machine. I feel like it helps the best. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and get into set number one. We're probably gonna just demonstrate one set and then finish it off because the camera is getting close to dying. I've been here for quite a while, so let's just knock this first set out, and then knock this workout out, and then get home. I appreciate it if y'all watched the video. I spent a lot of time working on it. So if you feel like you got value from it, please drop a like down below and also subscribe. I had a lot of fun doing that video. We got some good gains in, I feel like. Good pumps. Talked to a lot of nice people. Now it's time to get home, get some food in us. So until next time, I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.